Okay.
So I guess what we can do to kind of open up our conversation here is maybe we can let our audience know exactly our friendship, like how we kind of met, how we've became friends, stayed friends for, oh my gosh, we've been friends for like 10 plus years.
Probably. Yeah.
And it was the virtual world side of things that's connected us and kept us connected. So I'd love to kind of tell our viewers a little bit about, what we both do and exactly the coaching that we're both getting into this new decade that we're part of. Because you have some coaching coming from me, and then of course the coaching you and Leslie are putting me through is just, it's amazing. It's a whole different world.
No, absolutely. So, I think me and you first met actually when I had a cell phone repair company
Hmm.
in Michigan, and and then I moved and got married and et cetera, et cetera. And 8 years later, or 7 years later, or whatever, 7 years later, we are. I mean, we're still connected because I think we're definitely of the same mindset that you don't have to have like a physical location, obviously, to stay networked and to stay in contact with people and to bring value to them in with whatever you do. I mean, what we're doing now with our social media coaching um and our media production stuff. I mean, I'm doing work for you from here that's 12 or 1,200 miles away, I think. Um,
Yeah.
and we can do this, whenever we want. And
Mhm.
so it's not like it used to be. We can definitely bring value to our clients and to each other a lot easier than it used to be for sure.
I think too, we're really showing the full spectrum as you've even shown me. You don't have to have that normal 9 to 5.
Uh-uh.
You don't have to have that, go to bed, wake up, repeat. Oh my God, is it Friday yet? Hate your life, yelling at your children. Like, that's so, I don't know, 1990? So
There,
2000.
there is definitely a freedom um, in letting go of the idea that you have to be in a physical location to accomplish something. And I
Mhm.
think Leslie and I have really embraced that over the last, Leslie used to have a job. She worked in 2012. She left a job that she worked in a cubicle with no windows for like 15 years. And, she went from that to, she's working in there. She's doing some computer support stuff right now, actually, um, for a company, but from home, like in yoga pants, like literally, literally can be done anywhere. And my business, my guitar business and our social media company, we've built completely off of just sitting in coffee shops and doing web meetings and chatting. So I think for what you're doing, um, with your health coaching and your ability to be able to help people, I know you were in a physical location for a long time, but I think the power of being able to um, reach out so much further distance wise and also be able to grab smaller bite-sized pieces of people's lives. Like, if
Yes.
you think about going to your location, um, if a person has to put it on their schedule and pack up clothes in the morning and like cut out of work early and drive over there and it's snowing and then they get there and then they do the thing and maybe they feel stressed because they're going to be late getting back to work and then they got to go back and then they come home and then they got to do the laundry from those clothes and like if you added up all that time I can see why people make excuses or well, yeah, we'll call it make excuses, uh,
Mhm.
to not go to the gym or then all of a sudden to not care about themselves physically,
Yep.
you could just see where that would happen. Where with this, you know, if it's literally just a 15-minute session of
Mhm.
chatting about your week or giving you some workout tips or whatever, or 30 minutes or whatever it is, that's a bite-sized piece and, you know, you don't know if I'm wearing pants right now. It doesn't matter.
Right?
You know,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
it doesn't matter. And so hopefully you will be able to take this model um, of being able to use a utility like this and be able
mhm.
to chat with clients and be able to make them feel like, no, I can do this, and now I do have time. 15 and you know this kind of stuff can be done just with your phone. You don't have to have any fancy, you know.
Colton's just coming home from school if you hear something coming in the door.
Right on. You know, this would be great. This type of format, like what we're doing right now,
Mm.
great. Um, as you talk to your clients, I think it'd be awesome.
I think it's just really, you can say hey to Dylan. I think it's really, really cool. Well, honey, I'm on a I'm on a live. You can come and say hi. You say
Hi.
hi.
Hey, Colton.
What's she doing?
Doing some work stuff with your mom.
Nice. How much longer?
Just a little while longer, okay? And then I'll chat with you. So I think it's a really good point.
Bye-bye.
Just that you called it out there about the driving to the gym, because especially where we live, I mean, it only snows for like, well, 11 months out of the year. So, you know, you're wasting the gas money. If you drive an SUV like me, that's a four-wheel drive vehicle. I think about all the simplicity, and I look at my online subscriptions, and I have unlimited fitness to so many different things, trainers, programs, whatever it may be, you know, for pennies on a dollar.
Yeah.
And that is what is cool. And not keeping it as restricted. Women's health will always be my jam, but my biggest jam, and you know this, is talking about anxiety, is talking about depression. And that's not just a woman problem. We have an epidemic going on at this current moment. So that was really some of the reasons behind the physical location, being able to really be able to stand for this problem going on and take it by the horns. And virtual's the way of the world.
No, it's true. And I think there might be some people, you know, in your circle, let's just be super honest, and transparent. There might be some people in your circle or on the edge of your circle that will look at this move that you're making from a physical location to the virtual world as like, oh, she's going out of business or she's struggling or whatever. But I think if those people are listening, and they are, even though you don't know it, because those are the ones that
Without
live.
a doubt.
Right. So what I would tell those people is what you're doing is you're freeing up resources to be able to spend more time on personalized content. Like that to me is, you know, you don't have to be sweeping floors and cleaning windows and worrying about a facility. You can spend that time, that money, and those resources on personal content for
Mhm.
individuals, that which is what you do the best.
Mhm.
You know, when I was up there and we shot all that stuff, some content we haven't used yet, and we won't talk about it a whole lot in case we do use it, but
I'm so excited.
we did a lot of testimonial stuff, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of people that were like on the record and some people that were like off the record, and they were like, Kacie connects with people. That's what she does. That's her thing. That's her jam. Like she connects with people. And I think this format right here is going to make it so much easier for you to do that, especially because think of all the people that maybe went to one class or two classes and
Mhm.
didn't feel quite comfortable in their own skin enough to come back, or
Yep.
you know, now they don't need to worry about that. Now they
I
don't need to
can't
worry
even
about
tell you how
other
many
people.
times I heard that. Like that, and I can't talk about that subject too much because I'll sit here and just be bawling. But I can tell you hundreds of conversations. The hardest part about going to a gym was showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just how many people truly feel that way. That's
Yeah. No, I think it's killer. So I think this kind of setup, where somebody, you know, still with a monthly membership, but maybe it'll be cheaper because you don't have the overhead, and well, it will be cheaper. You know, because you don't have the overhead, and I just feel like the personalization of the content is
yeah.
what is key. You know, you could be in a room with 15 other people, and
Hmm.
you can do your best to you know focus on a person or talk to that person after the class and help them out individually. But there is nothing like, 15 minutes a week or 30 minutes a week, one-on-one,
Mhm.
personalizing somebody's health plan.
Oh,
There's,
100%.
there's nothing like that.
I gotta turn my notifications off, sorry. Bing! Um, I think the other thing too is I had so many clients that I've met and they've moved because we're a college town.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, boom.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I want to stay in contact. I want to still follow you. What do you have? Crickets. Because yeah, there's so many different things to cover, but it's just in the fitness world, really, I just see all the benefits in the virtual, being able to not stay so limited. I don't know
Well,
where I was going off with that one, but I was
well,
going somewhere.
and that's where, like even with me, because I've got this broken spine. And so a problem that I do have, being as mobile as I am, and we're moving around all the time, is I don't have, like, I still even lived here 7 years, but doing what we've done, I don't have a good routine, and I don't have somebody that I go to all the time for that.
Da, 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 da.
Exactly. And so you're 1,200 miles away right now or whatever, and when I'm in, you know I think I'm going to be in Florida next weekend. I think I'm going to be this weekend I'm going to be in South Carolina. Next weekend I'm going to be in Florida. But I could still maintain a routine with somebody like you, because, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but um, from this side of it, I think it's great.
Mhm.
I'm stoked to be able to have somebody that I can contact.
There's that comfort level too. It's like once we've known each other for so long, I can just continue to grow and grow and grow. And I know for me, when I found a trainer I really liked, I wanted to stay with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of my workout routine depended on that trainer. I made all the excuses. I hired the trainer to talk me out of them, and then they would, move. Or
Right.
I wouldn't be left with content that I wouldn't be left with any content or sheets that I could do my own workout. I just felt I'd go to the gym and I'd feel completely out of my norm, not in my loop, and would never go back.
Yeah. No, exactly. I totally get it. I mean, it's
Then
like,
you're paying for a contract and everything that goes with it. It's
yep.
just an awful place to be.
Yep. It's like finding when you move, it's like finding a dentist or somebody to do your hair. Or it's like horrendous. Like, it's so hard. And doing this, you'll never have to,
Mm-mm.
which I'm stoked about, because I want to get some flexibility back. That's where I'm at, because I'm in constant pain because of this spine injury. So,
No, I'm really excited about this. I don't want to call you my little project.
I've
But
been the science project of many a massage therapist and many a physical therapist for many years.
there we go.
But it is the thing.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to watch all the progress that we can make on all ends, and the lives that we can inspire. I mean, I think about your situation, how many people, just gave up, and that potentially zone into yours and see how amazing that you're doing, and that you've beat every single odd against you and are still beating them every day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I remember when I first got hurt. And so for those of you that don't know me, I broke 4 vertebrae in my back, 3 ribs, and my left shoulder blade in one day. And so my torso is basically broken in half right here. 28 degrees of deviation at T4 and 5, so I was bent in half. 3 more degrees and I would have been paralyzed from the neck down. And so I remember I was C-spine to a board for like 3 days until they found somebody who could operate on me and put me back together, which happened to be Barrow Neurological Institute in Phoenix, Arizona. I was in Arizona at the time. And I was on the operating table for like 7.5 hours. It was insane. Um, but I remember being in recovery over the next, 12 days or something in the hospital. And I remember thinking, like, I don't want to end up being like that guy on Jerry Springer who like had an accident, gave up on life, and then he weighed like 800 pounds and they had to like break the side of his house out to like get him out of there. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I remember specifically thinking about that. Like, I don't want to give up on life like that. Even if, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to walk very well at that point. Um, and I was like, even if I'm in a wheelchair, even if I have to use a cane, like, I'm gonna race the wheelchair. Like, I'm gonna do, like, tricks in a wheel. Like, I'm gonna do whatever. It hurts. It hurts every day. Like, that's the main reason I can't have a real job. Like, that's why I have to be so imaginative about all of this. Like, to be able to
Right.
make a living and survive without hurting myself. So, and then we'll maybe save this for another day, but I call it my M&M phase with all the pills and all the substance abuse. And then, you go through all that and you almost die again. Like, so,
Mhm.
there's like so much to it. And so to get, back well, it was 2007. So, um, but I hurt really bad right now. Like, it's going to rain tomorrow and I hurt. It's just every day. And you have, plant-based stuff you can do and you have stuff you can do, but um so to give that some attention now after all this time, uh I'm excited to be able to do it.
Mhm.
So,
We're going mind, body, soul.
that's right.
It's
No,
gonna be
I
good.
get it. I get it. So, maybe in a couple of weeks we'll have one of these again and we'll chat about how it's going again, and and share it with people. I think
Yeah,
we
and
should. I think
absolutely. And
we
we could
should.
talk about maybe workout regimens and
Hmm.
what you actively use, to treat your pain, what I use to treat my inflammation, my pain, and my anxiety, what I use as a pre and post workout. I mean, pull Leslie in, we need to talk about some nutrition
Yes.
because it is mind, body, soul. It's like
Mhm.
fitness, people got it all wrong. You can work out 19 hours a day, but if you do not connect the body and soul to it and the mind, nothing's going to happen.
That's literally that.
Get
Literally.
that mosquito. Get it.
It's not cold here, by the way. It's like 63 degrees today.
It's like swimsuit weather. Be at the
No,
beach.
it's cold. It's not that warm. I did have the top off the Jeep a couple days ago, though.
Careful now.
Well, awesome. I'm excited about all this, and I hope that this little journey that we're going to go on um, does a couple things. I hope that it shows people where you live, and people that you have previously worked with, and at your gym and stuff, the value of doing it this way
Yeah.
for you. Um, and
And
then
how
for
much
me,
more they get.
yeah,
It's like you don't just get an hour. You
yeah.
get like, oh, you get this chaos around the clock.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. And then for me, I'm excited to be able to maybe share more. If we, like you say, use me as an experiment and
Mhm.
uh, share some more of my journey as I try to get feeling better.
Yeah. No,
Um,
absolutely.
and I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for your clients and potential clients to see, and also obviously for me, I'm going to feel better. So I think it'll be
Amen.
awesome.
A to the mem.
Awesome. Well,
Cool.
let's do it. Thanks for
Thanks for chatting with me. That was super fun.
absolutely,
This is like way chill.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
can you imagine, any of your clients or potential clients that are watching this? I hope they get it. Like, I hope they get the idea that this is different. You know what I mean? This is different, and this is the way. Like,
This is so different and so good.
yep. And to still have that accountability partner, like I think about that, like if you, let's say, and I guess we'll show them over the next few weeks, like
Mhm.
you give me homework to do and I go do it and I come back a week later and we chat again, and um there's still that accountability there, but
Mhm.
there's not driving through snowstorms and disrupting family routines and all that sort of stuff to get where you need to go. I
Eight of
think
them out.
I think it's a great thing.
I do too. I do too. I'm excited.
Awesome.
All right. Boom, boom. Until next time.
All right.
All right. Bye. It's still recording. Mm-mm-mm.